In a bombed out room in Belfast, a young boy is crying. He's alone and he don't understand how the teachings of one book, built on love and understanding, could cause the hurt and killing in his land. In an old part of Jerusalem, two children are playing. They run and laugh the way that it should be. But one will wear the star and one will wear the crescent. They'll grow up and change from friends to enemies, but we are one.
Hello. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's another edition of your very popular program, Peace, Unity and Security Education. This is where we bring you information on peace, security and education, but we use religious tenets to be able to bring it to you. While other subjects will have failed, religion, of course, will not fail, and faith is so sure. I am Benjamin Ibiri, and I want to welcome you to this week's edition. The program is brought to you courtesy of the Foundation for Peace and Security Education and the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Nigeria. I have our guest, as usual, who takes time to explain to us the deep teachings and how we can apply such teachings to helping us work with peace, security, and provide unity in the country. Is Lawrence Alobi is with us here. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right. As usual, to begin, we will start with the prayer, and afterwards we will go on into the topics. The prayer.
Let's pray for unity, because what we are anchored talking all about unity, peace, and security. Prayer for unity. Let us pray. O my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord. This prayer was revealed by Baha'i himself. Prayer for unity.
All right, thank you very much. Today, our basic introduction will be into the fundamentals of faith, understanding what are those key factors that affect our belief system. We need you to understand them, but all of that will come your way immediately after this break, so stay with us. Thank you very much for staying. It's still Peace, Unity and Security Education, and we're still talking with our guest, Barrister Lawrence Alobi, Chairman of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Nigeria, as well as the Executive Director of the Foundation for Peace and Security Education. The faith, Baha'i faith, is what we're talking about today, but majorly, on the show we bring about issues of faith and how they can affect peace, unity, and security. But the issues of faith come to us from a divine deity, and it's good to understand it. To start with, one key issue we talk about with regards to Baha'i faith is a progressive revelation. Would you want to throw a little light on that?
Thank you very much. Progressive revelation is key and enables people, it has taught Baha'is that religion is progressively revealed by God. Religion is progressively revealed by God based on man's needs and capacity to comprehend. You see, let's an analogy. Like when we were born as children, when we went to infant school, we taught A, B, C, D. Letters 27 letters A, B, C, D. Later, from infant 1 to infant 2, you use the A, B to spell P-O-T, pot, M-A, man, and so forth. You moved to the secondary school, started doing science, started doing biology, chemistry, government. You moved to university, then you start having professional courses. It doesn't, and each teacher in each class is preparing you to move to the next class. Giving knowledge. All is all about imparting knowledge and building capacity. So the spiritual, that knowledge that is being given is in a class by one teacher, it doesn't mean the teacher who taught you in infant 1, infant 2 is not educated. Teacher was given the knowledge based on your need and the capacity to comprehend and for your own good. That's why you can never take things of university and teach a child of 5 years. He will not, it's of no value to him. So religion is progressively revealed to mankind. That's what is the principle of progressive revelation. That God reveals to mankind progressively. Like knowledge is given to mankind progressively. If you got the sun, for instance, the sun doesn't just come and shine to zenith. It comes gradually, progressively, until man now begin to learn to adapt. So religion is progressively revealed to mankind as knowledge, even scientific knowledge, is other knowledge in the life of man is given to man gradually, based on man's needs and the capacity to comprehend and understand. So that's the principle of progressive revelation. It's given to man based on man's capacity and based on man's need. So that's why religion. So no religion is final. It is progressive. As long as God liveth, there's a covenant between God and man. God has promised that He's going to guide man. Because He created man out of love. He's going to guide man, to enable man to know Him, and to enable man to attain His presence, to attain that nobility, that integrity, that noble station that's created man to attain.
All right. In the relationship between God and man, there is the need for understanding. God understands man, but does man really understand God? Now, if we begin, we may look at the principle or the ideology of trying to understand man, and one of them will be in the teachings of the Baha'i, which of course is on the oneness of God. Can you throw a little light on that too?
Yeah, you see, the manifestations of God is like Krishna, Buddha, Zoroaster, Moses, Muhammad, Jesus the Christ, the Bible, and today Baha'u'llah. They are divinely educators, divinely chosen by God to educate mankind, to guide mankind. And when they come, they reveal laws, social laws and divine laws. Social laws are based on man's need and man's need. Man's need. What does man need now? Today, the greatest challenge to mankind is unity, peace, and security. The greatest challenge mankind needs. And then, so we're now down to be able to. Baha'u'llah now has taught us that God is one. That we should not quarrel over the issue of who is God. There's only one God. And that God is the creator of heaven and earth. And that God, there's a covenant between man and God, that God has promised that He will not leave mankind unguided. And in guiding God has already fulfilled His own promise by guiding mankind, by sending His chosen messengers to educate us, who are divine educators, who are divine physicians. Divine physician who knows, they feel the pulse of mankind, know the problems of mankind, and what remedy to profile or to render to heal the challenges of humanity and to make mankind, make the world a better place. So Baha'u'llah said one, God is one. God is one. Whether you call Him Chukwu, you call Him Allah, you call Him Allah, whatever you call Him Abasi, it is one God. Then Baha'u'llah went for to say that man is one. That mankind is one. That whether you have the issue of color is based on the environment, the geographical environment, and that is unity in diversity. That Baha'u'llah says that mankind is like fingers of one hand, leaves of one branch, fruits of one tree, and that we should all work for the betterment of every human being. We should contribute towards the betterment of every human being. That we should not religion therefore is meant to enable us to know that we are all creatures of one God, and we are here to contribute towards the betterment of each other. And we're here to make sure that we live in line with the teachings of God. When man lives in line with the teachings of God, he finds fulfillment. He finds true happiness. True happiness is not based on the power, on wealth, or riches. No. True happiness is based on service. True happiness is based on how do you submit to the will of God. How do you manifest God in your life? Because these virtues, these attributes, we talk about moral and spiritual values, are those attributes of God, which man should manifest. When now man imbibe those, when we imbibe these teachings in line with the Baha'i teachings, man will be able to transform our inner life and our outer life and environment, our social life. That transformation will enable us to understand that, there should be equity, there should be justice, there should be fairness, there should be love, not contention, not war, not strife. Consultation is key. Sincere consultation. One of the principles of the Baha'i faith is sincere consultation. Whatever we're doing, we have to consult together to ensure that whatever decision we take for the betterment of all. And then Baha'u'llah also that we should always investigate the truth. sincerely investigating the truth. Investigating the truth, not just based on old beliefs or old superstitious belief or tradition, should investigate the truth sincerely. Bible again says that there should be one compulsory language, because a language is a means of communication. That the world, there should be a language that whatever part of the world can communicate with their fellow man. You see each other, because communication, when you're able to communicate with their fellow man, to enable you to understand that you can share, it gets you bonded one another. When you can communicate in a language somebody understands, you feel bonded, you feel wanted, you feel received, and you feel give me sense of belonging. The Bible says the most universal international language that must be spoken by all human beings, all parts of the world. And then again, it says, Bible says there should be education should be universally compulsory for everybody. Education will liberate our mind. Education will enable us to understand that through education and scientific develop, through education we're able to acquire knowledge, and that knowledge should be applied for the benefit of man. But I say science and religion must agree that science and religion are the two pillars that helps man, and that science discovers the truth while religion reveals the truth. Science will enable to discover, to make inventions and so forth, but religion will tell you how to use those inventions for the betterment of the man, for it to meet the needs of man, not to destroy man, not to cause hardship to man, not to cause problems, not to impoverish man. So the science and religion must agree, and that Bible also said that there should be social equality between man and woman, gender equality. That man and woman are like two wings of a bed. That for humanity to attain that level, that humility, that stage, that God has created mankind to attain, the woman fold and the man fold must develop together. Must be educated and given this equal opportunity to develop and to given capacity. That the two wings of a bed, like if one wing of a mankind, the woman fold is weak, then mankind cannot attain his goal. Just like two wings of a bird, if one wing is weak, the bird cannot fly to a very high level. So mankind should understand one principle, that mankind is one, God is one, religion came from one source, and all the religions of the world will be one common purpose, and the purpose to bring man closer to God, to enable man to know God, and to man to obey God and serve, do in line with his teachings and will. And then he said that, like, man and woman are the pillars that move the world. So that there should be equality. The Bible says that again, that we should eliminate all prejudices. All prejudice must be eliminated. Prejudice has caused most of the problems in the world: disunity, ethnic, racial prejudice, ethnic prejudice, and gender prejudice. It brings to oppression. That we should eliminate all those prejudices. They should all see with see our eye, not the eyes of others, and must all do things based on sincerity. Bible also has said that adoption of universal language, has said so. And recognize that, we should also recognize that love, unity, and peace are the main purpose of religion. Peace, to bring about harmony, peace, and love. That when the thoughts of war come into our mind, we should separate with the thoughts of love. And that one of the things that Paul said that we should not also is that there should be no backbiting, no calumny. We should not backbite one another. We should not, because backbiting, you make it to have a wrong perception about the other. Don't understand perception about the other, and perception determines attitude. When I come and gossip Mr. A to you, you see that Mr. A from that point of view, I've already biased your mind. That Bible say no, should be no backbiting, no backbiting. So therefore, we should be sincere to ourselves. We should be the spiritual life of seeing things from the spiritual point of view, the divine point of view.
All right, thank you very much. That was very elaborate, from the oneness of God to the oneness of humanity and the oneness of religion, and even helping us to understand the basic things that come with religion as to the Baha'i faith. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll take more thoughts around what the Baha'i faith is about and how you can benefit from all of this. Stay with us. Glad to know that you're still there, and this is still the Peace, Unity and Security Education. And I hope you're getting education, because the reason for this program is to provide you with the relevant education using religious tenets. Remember, it's brought to you by the Peace, Security Education, and in collaboration with the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Nigeria. The Executive Director for the Foundation and Chairman of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is, Lawrence Alobi, has been helping us with explanations for today. Our topic has been faith, of course. We have two quick things to talk about before we move on. Remember, we talked earlier about the oneness of God, the oneness of humanity, and the oneness of religion, and basic things that we do as human beings, guided and aided by faith. Well, we will talk about two things. One of them, poverty on the one hand, and wealth on the other. And in between them, there is the issue of justice and injustice. People have asked the questions, can we have fairness in a world where there is imbalance of wealth? There is no equal distribution between those who are poor and those who are rich. And in between also, on the one hand, you can be fair while people are looking for peace. Can we look for peace in the absence of justice?
Yeah, thank you very much. See, there can be no peace when there is no justice. And one of the principles of the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'llah has stated, is that justice should be the guiding principle, the rule guiding all human affairs. If there is justice, there be no issue of inequality. Inequality brings conflict. And when there's justice, it brings happiness to everybody. So Baha'u'llah says, in all human affairs, justice is key and central. All human affairs. And that's why consultation will be based, open consultation, sincere consultation. And Baha'u'llah says, again, also established, that's why Baha'u'llah has said that we should eliminate extreme poverty, extreme wealth. You see, where the Baha'i faith says, Baha'u'llah says that we should be concerned with our needs, not desires. If you are concerned with our needs, we have everything we have all that the God has provided for all, will take care of everybody to be happy. But because we allow our material nature, materialism, to dominate our life, we're neglecting our spiritual life, spiritual qualities. That's why people have to amass ill-gotten wealth. They will be corrupt. They will loot and so forth. And these are all things which is vanity upon vanity. So that Baha'u'llah says we should be concerned with our needs, not desires, not wants. For instance, if you need, for instance, you don't sleep more than one bed at a time. You don't live in more than one room at a time. So be based on our needs. What do I need? What do my family need? What does the country need? If we are concerned with our needs, we'll not be wasteful, we'll not squander, we'll not exploit, we'll not loot, we'll not be corrupt. And about that is, if we now enthrone those moral values and principles, we'll enthrone moral leadership. Leadership that is there to empower, leadership that is there to see to the well-being of the people, leadership that is there to serve, not the leadership that will come to impoverish the people and oppress the people. So Baha'u'llah says, if these principles he has given to mankind, these teachings, are applied in all our private and public life, the world will be a better place for all of us. The world will be a better place. And again, Baha'u'llah also says that there should be a universal tribunal. That is why Baha'u'llah declared his mission in 1863. And that is what the issue of the United Nations came about. It is the Baha'i principle that led to that idea of United Nations. The United Nations that a body a tribunal that can now adjudicate and issues between nations, and also have a common vision to promote world peace and world security, promote world peace and global security. And if any nation rise up to be a threat to the people of the world, the nation of the world should rise up, and so that nation is brought to order. So Baha'i faith has, if people follow the teachings of Baha'u'llah, the world will be a better place. Baha'u'llah also said that they should eliminate extreme wealth and extreme poverty. That should be, if that is done, the things will be better for humanity. And that again, that like I said, for Baha'is, justice is central. And that just can only come when people do the right thing in line with teachings of God, they follow the process and procedure, and also mean that both on ethical, moral values and moral standard.
All right, thank you very much. If people want to learn more about Baha'i faith, what do they need to do?
No, more, you can Google our website. You can come to, if you are in Abuja, the Baha'i Center is there in Zauda. You go, and also go to Warengba, or like the address have been projected on the screen. And it doesn't, Baha'i faith, we don't require initial baptism. Just if you somebody who believes that there should be world peace. And one thing with the Baha'i faith is that the what Baha'i community are doing is what the community development process. That every human being has a role to contribute. So, and that for you to be able to contribute, you develop these spiritual capacities. You need to acquire knowledge to understand that we're here like fingers on one hand. We should work together and collaborate together. It's not a world of competition. It's a world of cooperation and collaboration. That we should work together. Everyone should think of what can he do to contribute towards the betterment of humanity. What can he do to promote, to contribute to the peace of the world, the peace of my country, peace of my family. What can I do to the betterment of my family? What can I do to promote peace and unity in my family? Peace of my community, peace of my country, and peace of the world. If we have this understanding, then we're here to serve. Life is a life of service. Because we don't, after this world, you don't come back. You don't come back. So we Baha'i, and we believe that hell and heaven, you can be on earth and you are in hell. You can be on earth and you are in heaven. Heaven is nearness to God. When you are close to God, God manifests, shines His light on you. He gives you guidance. He gives you protection. He reflects in your life. And you are a social good to all others. You manifest. You are now a channel of God to others. You're a channel of God to others in that you do things that will benefit others. Do things that make others happy. Do things that will uplift the life of others. You're not there to cheat and oppress, because if you cheat, nature will cheat you. It's a natural law. So the Baha'i faith is here to transform our inner life, individual life, and collective life to make the world a better place. If we do this, there'll be a world. So we should we should be concerned with, all Nigerians, all human beings should be concerned, how can they promote peace? How can they promote unity? How can they promote the betterment of the world? How can they promote unity? And Baha'u'llah says the peace, security, and well-being of mankind is unattainable until unity is firmly established. So unity is key. And let us live by our code of arms: unity and faith, peace and unity. So I think if we live by our creed, which are also in line with things of Baha'u'llah, Nigeria will be a better place for all of us.
All right. If someone joins the Baha'i community, how does it get absorbed? Does it get teaching? Does it get aided?
Yes. Like I said, we have programs for children, space for children. We have children classes. We have children for youth empowerment, educational empowerment program. We have also a program for adults. And these programs, we go through various stages. Because man is there to acquire knowledge. Because without knowledge, man is just like will not be able to realize purpose why it was created. So we have programs where you can attend and learn more. And that programs, we have them in all Baha'i institutions, in all Baha'i centers.
All right. Well, you've heard it from him. That's the chairman of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Nigeria, sharing with us how the basic teachings of the faith and helping us to understand how you can become a Baha'i if you want to. There's a whole lot to learn. But our focus today has been faith, and we've drawn attention to a lot, from the oneness of God to the oneness of humanity and the oneness of religion. In the issues of justice and we're talking about fairness, Baha'i says there is need for balance, and also balance of poverty and wealth. All of that has been packaged into today. Before we go, we will take your last word, and then we'll pray.
Yeah, my last word is the essence of this program is to bring the Baha'i faith to all Nigerians, people of the world, for them to know, so that they'll be able to know that there's a remedy to the answer to their problem. And the only way to solve problems of humanity is to follow the teachings of Baha'u'llah. Baha'u'llah is the mouthpiece of God today on earth. And if you follow the teachings of God, it's in line with God's divine plan. The world will be safe, the world will be peaceful, and the world will be secured. So I enjoin you, I invite you to investigate more, find out more about the Baha'i faith. Whatever you are, find out more about the Baha'i faith. Google our website. You Google when you get more about the Baha'i faith, and do yourself a lot of good by finding out the Baha'i faith and becoming a Baha'i.
All right, thank you very much. We'll now say the prayer.
Okay, let us pray. Oh Lord, enable all the people of the earth to gain admittance into the paradise of thy faith, so that no created being may remain beyond the bounds of thy good pleasure. From time immemorial, thou hast been potent to do what pleased thee, and transcendent above whatsoever thou hast desired. This prayer was prayed by the Bab himself. May all praise and glory be to God, Lord of all the worlds. If you observe that, we don't say amen after our prayers. Amen means may it be so. You know, a creature supplicates to God, the Creator. It lets God's will be done in our life. So we just pray to Him, praise God, and supplicate to Him. Let Him do His will in our life. Let it be. We will not say, we wouldn't say, let it be so, just as if we are compelling God to answer our prayer. So we don't say amen in our prayers. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's about the size of our package for this week. Thanks to Lawrence Alobi, Chairman of the National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Nigeria and Executive Director, Foundation for Peace, Security, Education. Foundation for Peace and Security Education, both of them bringing you the program Peace, Unity and Security Education. We'll hope that you join us again. If you have benefited a lot, there's more to learn in another edition when we come back next week. So keep your lines open, get ready, because you should be learning new things and helping to understand how religion can help you to bring about peace and unity. Remember, it's our responsibility all to live in peace, to be united, and to live in a secure environment. Join us again next week. I'm Benjamin Ubiri saying goodbye.
In a bombed out room in Belfast, a young boy is crying. He's alone and he don't understand how the teachings of one book, built on love and understanding, could cause the hurt and killing in his land. In an old part of Jerusalem, two children are playing. They run and laugh the way that it should be. But one will wear the star and one will wear the crescent. They'll grow up and change from friends to enemies.